Welcome to Headingley for the second round Silk Cut Challenge Cup tie between Doncaster and Leeds, switched from Tattersfield because their ground is frozen. Headingley now stages its second Rugby League Cup tie of the weekend. The clash is the first ever meeting between the two sides in the Challenge Cup, and Doncaster make their first visit to Headingley since 1972. On that occasion they were beaten by 51 points to 5, and no player from either side remains from that team. Leeds' David Ward would have been the only survivor, but an injury has ruled him out, and so he is one of the absentees this afternoon. The Leeds team reads as follows: Ian Wilkinson, full-back. Number 2, Andrew Smith. Number 3, David Creaser. Number 4, Tony Curry. Number 5, Carl Gibson. 6, Neil Haig. 7, Kevin Dick, making his 250th first team appearance for Leeds this afternoon. 8 and captain is Jeff Gratian. 9, Colin Maskell. 10, Keith Rain. 11, Roy Powell. 12, Kevin Rain. And 13 is Terry Webb. The substitutes: number 14, Cliff Lyons, and 15, David Heron. The Doncaster team reads as follows: number 1, John Green. 2, Neil Turner. 3, Audley Pennant. 4, Mark Roach. 5, Alan Hutchinson. 6, Kevin Jones. 7, Jeff Morris. 8, Kevin Parkhouse. 9, Mark Gibbon. 10, Peter Harrison, the former Leeds prop forward. Number 11, Alan Carr. 12, David Noble. And 13 is Gary Hale. The substitutes are number 14, Kevin Robinson. 15 is John Pickett. And the referee this afternoon is Derek Fox from Wakefield. Leeds looking to enter into the quarter-finals this afternoon for the first time, for the 25th time in 41 post-war seasons. Doncaster, meanwhile, have one of the worst Challenge Cup records. They've only ever once been into the quarter-finals. That was in 1969-70, when they beat Glasson Rangers 22-4 in the first round, defeating Rochdale after a replay in the second round, and then producing one of their finest results in history by drawing 4-4 with St Helens at Tattersfield before going out in a replay, 36 points to 0. Coach, of course, of Doncaster this afternoon is John Sheridan, the former Leeds reserve team coach. In 1975 he took the Leeds A team to a Yorkshire Senior competition and Yorkshire Senior Cup double. But Sheridan has presided over one of the finest runs in Doncaster's history this season. Already they've got 8 wins under their belt, and they've won their second cup tie of the season. They defeated Runcorn in the John Player Trophy earlier on in the season, 22-20, and then after a stirring performance at Knowsley Road went out to St Helens by 36 points to 20. But the result of the first round Challenge Cup competition was when Doncaster upset Salford, the first division side, defeating them 18 points to 12 to earn the right to play Leeds in the second round. As I say, the tie should have been played at Tattersfield. The ground is frozen, and Headingley quickly stepped in and offered their services. Doncaster have received a £2,500 bonus, and Leeds have paid for the coaches for all their supporters to come this afternoon. And the crowd, around 6,000 or 7,000, is swelled by a large contingent from Doncaster. Doncaster, of course, in a change strip this afternoon. Their colours are normally the same as Leeds, blue and yellow, but this afternoon they're wearing a Liverpool FC similar strip, all red. Captained this afternoon by the former Castleford scrum half, Jeff Morris. So it's David Noble, the longest serving player in the Doncaster ranks, to kick off in this cup tie. Certainly the crowd getting behind Doncaster in the early stages as David Noble hoists a massive kick right down the length of the field. Ian Wilkinson tries to retrieve it off his chest, but the referee, Mr. Fox, has given a knock on, so it'll be a drop out from underneath the goalpost. Ian Wilkinson holding the ball there. Doncaster quickly getting 50 yards down the field. Neil Haig, the longest serving member in this Leeds side this afternoon, gives the ball to Creaser finally. It's David Creaser then who scored 2 great tries in the first round victory at Halifax, who kicks the ball out, goes fully 40 yards, fielded by the Doncaster fullback John Green. He's taken there by Terry Webb. The ball coming wide to Kevin Parkhouse, the leading try scorer for Doncaster this season. And Doncaster playing it up the blind side at the moment. Peter Harrison, the ex-Leeds man, coming onto the ball there, tackled by Jeff Gratian. Noble finds Gary Hale, the ex-Bradford Northern player, tackled that time by Keith Rain. And Doncaster getting a foothold inside the Leeds 25 very early. Mark Gibbon there, tackled by Colin Maskell, the opposite hooker. Jeff Morris now switches the ball back. They were going to try for a drop goal there, I think, David Noble, but didn't quite get hold of that ball. And so we've got the first scrum of the afternoon. David Noble is, as I say, the longest serving player in the Doncaster ranks. And he's chasing the magical 1,000 points for the club. Scored 972 points for the club since 1976. Leeds get the first scrum heel of the afternoon. And Dick quickly brings fullback Wilkinson onto the ball. Taken that time by Prop Parkhouse, who was very quickly out of the scrum. But Webb goes quickly from acting half-back. Tackled that time by David Noble. So it's Webb giving it to Dick, and Dick bringing on Keith Rain. Identifiable by his headband, so difficult to tell the Rain twins apart. Dick gets it out to Maskell, and Maskell quickly looks for that gap, but tackled by the hard-working second row forward Alan Carr. Dick once again gives it to Webb. Webb's looking for Neil Haig, and Haig brings on Wilkinson. Quickly tackled by the fast-covering Gary Hale there. Wilkinson gives it to Curry, and Dick will put the short kick for touch in on the north stand side. So we'll have the second scrum of the afternoon. Leeds, as I say, lacking David Ward, their former skipper, the man who captained Leeds to their last Challenge Cup win in 1978, out of the side this afternoon. And so the spotlight falls once again on Colin Maskell, who played in the preliminary round at Swinton. Leeds get the second heel of the afternoon. Haig, as in the first heel, gives the ball to Wilkinson on the rampage from full-back there. Haig to Webb, gives it to Curry. Good tackling by the Doncaster players, really on the boil this afternoon. Kevin Rain, he's been in exceptional form of late. Maskell to Dick, gives it to Gratian. Jeff Gratian, the longest serving player probably on the field this afternoon. Some 17 seasons in the rugby league and still searching for that first Wembley appearance. Maskell working the run around with Webb, gets it out quickly to Haig. Haig gets into his stride, but he's lost possession there, and it's picked up by Parkhouse for Doncaster. Leeds opening out there, trying to test Doncaster's covering abilities, but offside given against Leeds there, so they lose the foothold inside the Doncaster half. Penalty for touch. David Noble will take this kick. Finds touch some 10-15 yards inside the Leeds half. Still Leeds 0, Doncaster 0 in this Rugby League Challenge Cup second round tie. Parkhouse, tackled that time by Maskell. The big prop forward certainly playing a big part in the early stages of this cup tie, just as he did against Salford when he scored 2 tries in the first round. Keith Rain going from acting half-back, tackled that time by Mark Gibbon, who was man of the match in that cup tie when Doncaster beat Salford. Keith Rain doing very well to get a pass out of a tackle there to Dick. Dick, as I say, making his 250th appearance for Leeds this afternoon. Quite a milestone for the player who joined Leeds from Milford Amateur Rugby League in 1974. Due a testimonial next season. Neil Haig plays the ball back to Maskell. Maskell trying the kick. Fielded that time by centre Mark Roach, ex-Castleford player, as so many of this Doncaster side are. John Sheridan, of course, the former Castleford coach and Castleford player, he knows the Castleford area very well and is recruited wisely from that area. Doncaster, though, trying to get the pass out of the tackle, not managing it on that occasion, and Roy Powell quickly swooped to dive on that loose ball. The penalty being given here for offside against the Dons. So it'll be David Creaser, the Great Britain centre, kicking for touch on the south stand side, but he's not found touch. It's a kick that's gone short, in fact, and John Green takes it very well, brings on wingman Neil Turner. That's got the Doncaster contingent cheering. Off a penalty once again to Leeds this time for not playing the ball correctly. And so Leeds get their second quick penalty. David Creaser will try his luck once more, having failed with the previous kick for touch. So it's Creaser with his second kick for touch, and he sliced that one badly as well. Well, that never even looked like going into touch, and Doncaster gratefully accept that ball as Mark Roach goes up the blind side, quickly tackled by Tony Curry. Doncaster trying to keep the game very basic for themselves. Roy Powell, as ever, in the thick of the tackling action. Gary Hale gets a pass out of the tackle there to Gibbon, and Gibbon finds Peter Harrison. Harrison, the former Leeds man, he made his debut in 1976 for Leeds and made just 6 appearances in 3 years for the Leeds club before drifting into amateur rugby league and then coming back into the game through Doncaster. Jeff Morris, who was a winger with Castleford not so long ago, finding touch there off a rebound from Kevin Dick. So Doncaster have a scrum just short of the halfway line. Still Leeds 0, Doncaster 0 in this Challenge Cup tie. Haskell won the earlier scrums, as we saw, looking for his 3rd straight heel. Mr. Fox not very happy with the way the scrum formed there, and he's given a penalty for feet up, I think, by Mark Gibbon. And so David Creaser, this could be 3rd time lucky with his kick for touch. In fact, I think he's going to place kick the ball into touch, having failed twice kicking the ball out of his hands. Yep, David Creaser doing a round the corner kick for touch and making no mistake on that occasion. Gaining Leeds a foothold inside the Doncaster 25 for the very first time. That penalty quickly taken by Kevin Dick, and they're bringing the in-form second row forward Kevin Rain onto the ball. The Doncaster spotting's good, and that was a good tackle by Alan Carr as Maskell goes quickly from acting half-back, tackled by his opposite Mark Gibbon. Plays the ball now to Dick. Dick undecided, finally passes the ball to Haig. Haig to Curry, and Curry brings on Gibson. Gibson 4 tries in 4 appearances, is that his 5th? Well, he looked to have scored there, but Derek Fox has ruled no try, so Curry gets the ball back to Haig. Gratian, in fact. Well, a chance went begging really there for Leeds, but great football by Curry and Gibson. We're really striking up an excellent partnership together on the left flank. As Leeds drive for the line there through Keith Rain. Good tackle by the prop forward Parkhouse. But Leeds, Webb, he'll try the bomb. It's a good one too. John Green's under pressure from Powell, but he took it superbly that time, John Green. Their record signing, Doncaster signed when they sold Kevin Harkham to Rochdale Hornets earlier in the season. Harkham went on to earn under-21 honours in January in Whitehaven against the French. But John Sheridan quite pleased with the signing he made from Bradford in John Green, as Gary Hale looks to clear the lines for Doncaster with a kick. And he gains, 40 or 50 yards as Ian Wilkinson has to turn and chase that ball. Good tackling by the Dons. Certainly keeping Leeds well back from their own half. Kevin Rain to Maskell, to Keith Rain, gets it back to Maskell. 3 former Wakefield players in the thick of the action there. Good tackle that time by Alan Carr. Dick to Gratian, working the run around with Dick once again to Webb, to Haig, switches the play to the right to Wilkinson, to Creaser. Could be a chance on here for Andrew Smith. It is. It must be the first try it is, and Leeds have scored 4 points to 0, and that just shows how quickly Leeds can move this ball and stretch the Doncaster defence. That's just what everyone anticipated before the game kicked off, and quick handling there by David Creaser put Andrew Smith in for his 11th try of the season. Scored previously in the Cup at Swinton, but that was excellent football by Leeds, and that must point the way to success this afternoon on the wide open spaces of Headingley. One of the reasons perhaps why Doncaster were reluctant to come to Headingley. Much rather have preferred to have tested Leeds on their own heavy pitch. The frostput paid to that. I'll certainly get some financial recompense from the switch to Headingley though, as David Creaser attempts to improve that 4-0 scoreline. His kick right out on the touchline. 42 goals so far this season for Leeds, David Creaser, but he can't make it 43, just wide of the near upright there. So Leeds already have a 4 points to 0 lead. That might have sapped some of the confidence of the Doncaster players, but heartened by the 11 coachloads of supporters that they've brought with them, they'll probably keep striving until the end. So David Noble kicks off for the second time and looks once again to pen Leeds right back inside their own 25, but it's fielded by Tony Curry. Curry does well there up to the 25, tackled by Noble. Plays the ball to Dick. Dick to Haig. Haig offers a dummy. Is accepted there, and off the ball, tussled by Gresham and Parkhouse. Maskell gets the ball away to Keith Rain, brings on Roy Powell, and Powell straight into that tackle, that double tackle there from David Noble and Gary Hale. Dick kicking 40, 50 yards, but not finding touch. In fact, John Green fields the ball well, but he's met by a posse of Leeds defenders there in the shape of Creaser and Webb. Plays the ball to Audley Pennant, the former Bradford Northern player, in his second spell actually at Doncaster, and one of 3 brothers in the Doncaster ranks. Dick makes a tackle on his opposite there, Jeff Morris, as Gibbon moves the ball to Noble. Noble to Hale, and Hale gets that short pass away to Alan Carr. Gibbon back to Noble, who's very much the brains behind this Doncaster side. He's certainly doing all the kicking, and that's an excellent touch-finding kick. Excellent kick there by David Noble. Began his career with Wakefield Trinity before moving to Hull, and he's certainly been one of Doncaster's best ever buys. He scored a club record 188 points, in 1981-82 season from 91 goals, also a club record. Leeds with the feed here at this scrum, but Kevin Dick pinched for feeding, in fact, by Derek Fox. So Doncaster will get their first real look at the Leeds 25 now. Noble finds touch with a short kick, so about 15 yards from the Leeds line. Leeds leading by 4 points to 0. Peter Harrison. Don't think there'll be too many in the Leeds ranks who know his style, because there aren't too many from his period at Leeds still at the club, as Gibbon goes for the line now, just 2 or 3 yards short and losing possession, unfortunately for Doncaster. Ian Wilkinson would have been relieved to get that ball. Plays the ball now to Maskell. Maskell met by the tackle of Morris as Gresham comes on, pounding forward, looking for support, but not too much of it about at the moment. Looking for probably the Kevin Rain there, normally the man who feeds off him. Dick to Gresham, finds Powell. Powell comes veering inside, away from the outside backs of Leeds there. And in fact, I think there's going to be a scrum here. It's a penalty actually for interference at the play of the ball, and Leeds declining to kick for touch. Colin Maskell taking the quick tap. Tackle that time by Parkhouse, Harrison and Noble. Webb gets the ball away to Gresham, to Haig. Haig gets Wilkinson into the line, and this is tremendous run by Wilkinson, brings on Curry. Curry's going full steam for the line. This could be the second Leeds try. He's beaten 2 defenders, inside pass to Webb, and Webb looks like he's over. That's a tremendous try for Leeds, but I think Mr. Fox has spotted a forward pass from Curry to Webb. That'll be a blow for Leeds, because that would have been Terry Webb's 20th try for the club in 70 appearances, but that was a tremendous move by Leeds, deserving of a score actually. Wilkinson to Curry, and then Terry Webb, as ever, in support, but slight forward pass by Curry denies Leeds the try, and Doncaster get the scrum heel to relieve pressure. Jeff Morris plays the ball to Green. Green bringing on the second row forward there, David Noble. Parkhouse, this big prop forward, 11 tries for the club already this season, chasing the club record of 18 set by John Buckton in 1981-82 season. Would certainly be a tremendous feat for a prop forward. Signed for the club from Asken Miners Welfare 2 years ago, and looking one of the better second division forwards around. Gary Hale gets a good inside pass away that time, but two Leeds defenders, Maskell and Hay, quickly spotted Alan Carr coming through, but Noble with the kick downfield, and it's another good one, but Carl Gibson meets that one there on the full, brings the ball away. Gibson, the new hero of the Headingley crowd since he signed from Batley, 4 tries in 4 appearances, gets the ball away to Haig, to Dick, to Wilkinson. Wilkinson, whose power is causing Doncaster problems, gets a good pass away as well to Powell. Pennant was there to make the tackle. Dick to Webb, onto Keith Rain, a good pass by Keith Rain to Creaser, but we got a good view of that one, and it was ever so slightly forward as Creaser looked to be herring away with Andrew Smith in support, almost a replica of the move which brought Leeds their try. That's the way for victory for Leeds, moving that ball wide. Dick with the scrum feed, and it's a heel for Colin Maskell, quickly spotted there by Jeff Morris. Webb to Kevin Rain, actually, tackle that time by Noble. But it's certainly been all Leeds in this opening spell. Haig, inside pass to Wilkinson, he did well to take that because it was around his bootlaces, but it allowed Gary Hill to get back and stop him. Keith Rain takes the ball nearer to the goalpost so that any drop kicks or anything would be a bit more simpler, as Dick goes nearer to the line. About 10 yards short of the Doncaster line now. Leeds looking to increase this 4-0 lead. Maskell to Webb, to Gratian, working a run around move with Kevin Rain, but actually Kevin Rain left the ball behind, and Jeff Morris brings the ball away, and if it had been a decent pass, Neil Turner could have been away up that left flank. And Terry Webb looking nonplussed as that move by Leeds came to nothing. A move involving Jeff Gratian and Kevin Rain. Jeff Gratian having problems getting into this scrum, but Mr. Fox is going to wait until the scrum's formed correctly before he allows it to go. Dick finally gets the ball for Leeds. Neil Haig brings on Wilkinson, missing out Creaser, and Wilkinson's power once again causing Doncaster problems. And I think Doncaster's problems also stem from the fact that they are getting a heavy scrum beating at the moment, as Gratian brings Dick onto the ball, and Dick turns and looks for support, but there's not much there. Doncaster certainly spotting well, tackling everything that moves at the moment. And the touch judge has come on there, he's seen something. Man down is Alan Carr, the Doncaster second row man. Doesn't want the physio, but in fact it's a penalty to Leeds there for an offence at that play the ball by Doncaster. And Creaser will have the chance here to increase the Leeds lead, or is he going to kick for touch? I think he's going to kick for touch once more. With this place kicking style, obviously lost a little confidence kicking the ball out of his hands, and just looking to make sure. It's David Creaser putting Leeds back inside the Doncaster 25. Certainly a bigger crowd than Doncaster could ever have anticipated at Tattersfield, and that will certainly be a morale booster for them to get the receipts that this crowd will bring. Keith Rain looking to drive Leeds nearer the post. Tackle that time by Noble. Ball comes to Gratian. Gratian, the architect of so many of Leeds' moves, looking for support on the inside. Maskell now coming blindside, giving it to Haig. Haig brings on Wilkinson. Constant source of trouble for Doncaster at the moment, Ian Wilkinson. Back in the side after appearing on the wing in the first round tie at Halifax. Keith Rain gets a great pass away to his brother Kevin, but he's lost possession, I feel, there. And Doncaster will be very relieved to tidy up. Mark Roach goes from acting half-back, but there's going to be a penalty decision given against Leeds for offside. So Doncaster's relief comes once again through the touch kicking of David Noble. He's taken a leaf out of the book of David Crease and he's going to kick for touch with a place kick. Making no mistake there. So Doncaster will be very pleased to have held Leeds to just 4 points in this opening 15 minutes or so. Peter Harrison bringing the ball clear for Doncaster. Tackle that time by the Leeds props, Gratian and Rain. Gibbon. Good pass there to Alan Carr. Doncaster forwards have done a really good job so far in these early stages. Certainly met the full force of the Leeds pack and tackled everything. Chip kick there for Doncaster. It's bounced nicely as well for Mark Roach, and Mark Roach hands off Wilkinson, looking for support. Just caught from behind there by David Creaser, but the former Castleford man caused Leeds all kinds of problems there with that fortuitous bounce from the kick. A penalty given to Doncaster. Well, I'm sure David Noble will accept this opportunity to try and reduce the arrears. As I say, he's one of the best marksmen in second division football. Kicked 58 goals this season and also landed 5 drop goals in 22 appearances. 7th in the goal charts this season so far. 490 goals in his entire career at Doncaster, which is an excellent record for a man who's spent most of his time with one of rugby league's perennial strugglers. Like so many kickers at the moment, he's around the corner merchant, and here he comes. But he's just pulled that one slightly to the right of the goalpost, and so Doncaster still have this 4-point deficit. It'll be a disappointment to David Noble as Leeds drop out from on their own 25-yard line, gaining some 40-50 yards there, fielded by John Green. John Green tackled by Terry Webb. Gibbon gives the ball short to Gary Hale, and Gary Hale turns and looks for support. One of the most versatile men in rugby league, Gary Hale. He's played all over the shop for Bradford Northern and Wakefield Trinity, his original club. Made over 100 appearances for Bradford Northern, mostly under Peter Fox as well. Gets the ball away again here this time. Tackled by Roy Powell. Hale plays the ball to Gibbon. Back to Mark Roach, I think that is, and he's kicked the ball fully right to the corner of the field, fielded by Andrew Smith on the second attempt, but quick tackling there by Neil Turner doesn't allow Ian Wilkinson to get very far. Wilkinson plays the ball to Smith, and Smith comes on an inside run, tackled by Gibbon, but that was a good bit of yardage gained there by Andrew Smith. Gratian now for Leeds, looking to get a pass away, but dummying, plays the ball quickly to Dick. Dick looking to get Curry away. Curry looks inside and gives the ball to Gibson, and Gibson's tackled by David Noble. 5th tackle for Leeds. Be kicked downfield here by Neil Haig. It's not too much angle on it, and it's gone straight into the arms of John Green, and John Green's running tremendously this afternoon, making a tremendous performance for Doncaster. Plays the ball to Pennant, and Pennant gives the ball to Alan Carr, one of the workhorses of the Doncaster pack. Jeff Morris quickly into his stride, almost through a half gap there. Ball comes to Gary Hale, offers an inside dummy, he's broken the line, he's got a gap, he's got support here in Kevin Jones, and Kevin Jones, this could be the try for Doncaster, it is! Doncaster have equalised, and Kevin Jones, who once had trials with Leeds reserves, formerly of Castleford, on loan in fact from Castleford, scores his 7th try in 7 games for Doncaster, and you can see the way the Doncaster players have reacted to that try, absolutely ecstatic, and who wouldn't be? The second division team have drawn level with a simple conversion here for David Noble to come. Doncaster 13th in Division 2, just 7 wins from 18 games. And here they are, drawing with Leeds 4-4 in the second round of the Challenge Cup, having beaten Salford in the first round. David Noble will relish the opportunity to put them into the lead here. And he does so. That's 6 points to 4 to Doncaster. And that certainly upset many of the early pre-match forecasts. Few people expected Doncaster to take the lead at Headingley, and certainly not with a try of that quality. Tremendous play by Gary Hale and a superb inside run by Kevin Jones. That will be a memory he'll have for the rest of his career. To score against Leeds at Headingley. So Leeds now with Kevin Dick kicking off. Got certainly a long way to go in this game, and Doncaster have proved they'll not be easy meat, as Gary Hale is tackled that time by Terry Webb, and Leeds will have to step up a gear now. Doncaster settling it down, doing the correct thing, because so many teams score tries and then concede one quickly through a lack of concentration, but Doncaster probably aware of that, and David Noble does the right thing, kicking the ball right down into the Leeds 25, keeping the pressure on Leeds. And Wilkinson brings in Carl Gibson, and Carl Gibson's given little scope there. Tackled that time by Jeff Morris, and the Doncaster tackling will be ultra keen now after they've took that lead. Wilkinson, he's causing them problems all afternoon, and brings them further problems there with that run, as Keith Rain comes onto that ball from Kevin Dick, tackled by Mark Gibbon. Maskell for Leeds gets the ball to Jeff Gratian, the Leeds captain. Can't get the pass away, and he plays it to Dick, and Dick gets it to Webb and does the run around. Maskell back to Ian Wilkinson, and Wilkinson with the big kick downfield. Unusual for him to be kicking. Usually the touchline kicking is left for Neil Haig or Kevin Dick, but Wilkinson, the former soccer player, put that kick down. It was fielded by John Green. He's took everything that's come at him this afternoon. And Roach plays the ball to Gibbon. He comes this time to Hale, gets the pass away to Jones, and Jones finds his wingman Neil Turner. Neil Turner's going on the outside of Andrew Smith. In fact, it took a good tackle by Creaser to halt Turner, who put the kick in just before he was tackled. And Doncaster players swarming to the tackle there on Ian Wilkinson, as Gratian tries to let Leeds open it out through Webb, through Kevin Rain. That was a knock-on though, and Mr. Fox spots it. No play on, he says. It wasn't a knock-on, it went backwards, so Leeds get the chance to mount another attack on this dangerous left-hand side of the field, and Curry is dangerous, and he looks for support there in Carl Gibson. Neil Haig to Maskell, gets the ball to Powell, and Powell turns looking for support, tackled by the ex-Leeds man Peter Harrison. Plays the ball quickly to himself, quick thinking by the Great Britain under-21 international Roy Powell. Of course, he did play once for Great Britain last season as a substitute in France, but still the backbone probably of the Great Britain under-21 side, playing at number 8 in fact at the recreation ground when Great Britain beat France under-21s in January. Parkhouse, the big prop forward for Doncaster, he's certainly causing Leeds a few problems, and Terry Webb takes a ride on the back there of Doncaster second row man David Noble. Kevin Jones having a superb game for Doncaster. Chip kicks over the first line of the Leeds defence, but that's taken by Wilkinson, and his strength shrugged off that tackle from Jones. Haig now to Curry, but Curry's took his eye off the ball and he's lost it. should have been really picked up by Gary Hale there that time, but the referee gives a scrum down for the first offence. But Gary Hale would be disappointed not to have taken possession there. Doncaster, in fact, have only been into the second round of the Challenge Cup on 6 previous occasions. They came into the Rugby League in 1951. And as I say, they've only been into the quarterfinals on 1 previous occasion. And certainly if they managed to go beyond round 2 this afternoon, it would be one of Rugby League's all-time sensations, as Kevin Dick brings on Roy Powell, tackled by Parkhouse for Doncaster. Dick now gives the ball to Webb. Webb looking to get Keith Rain away, but Keith Rain's met by a high tackle by Audley Pennant. Plays it to Maskell. Knock on at the play the ball by Colin Maskell. And so Leeds will have to scrum down once again. Jeff Morris feeds the scrum, gets the heel for Doncaster and brings in John Green. Two very big fullbacks on the field this afternoon. 2 very accomplished players under the high ball. Gary Hill certainly works effectively with Kevin Jones. He brought him on the inside run there. Now it's Peter Harrison, this massive prop forward who used to play for Leeds, tackled by Roy Powell. Plays the ball to Hale. Hale doing very well, bringing on Parkhouse. Parkhouse bumps out 2 defenders, gives a pass to Noble, but the pass was lost. And Alan Hutchinson, one of the long-serving Doncaster players, will have to come back there. That try won't count. He's been with Doncaster for some 4 or 5 seasons, Alan Hutchinson. 95 appearances, in fact, for the Dons. And he'll certainly relish the opportunity of playing in front of the 6,000 or 7,000 crowd, as opposed to the normal 400 or 500 at Tattersfield. In fact, I'm sure the crowd is lifting Doncaster's team entirely on this occasion. Inside the Leeds 25, leading by 6 points to 4 Doncaster, and looking for a further score which would certainly cause embarrassment among the Leeds contingent. And certainly Gibbons going for the line here. Well, he was just held short not too long ago, and Gibbon, the hooker, man of the match against Salford in the last round almost. And this could be a try for Doncaster, it is! And that's a try for Kevin Parkhouse, his 12th try of the season. And the Doncaster players were jumping before it even got through the line, and they certainly created that gap far too easily for Leeds' liking. An inside pass, and Kevin Parkhouse stormed through a massive gap there, and Doncaster increased their lead to 10 points to 4. Absolutely unbelievable. Few people would have tipped Doncaster to even run Leeds anywhere near close, and here they are leading 10 points to 4 in this Challenge Cup tie at Headingley. Kevin Parkhouse really a try-scoring sensation so far as prop forwards go. 12 tries that is now in 24 appearances for Doncaster this season. And if David Noble can kick this goal, well, Doncaster fans will be absolutely ecstatic. 10 points to 4, can he make it 12? The kick looks good, it's hit the post, it's just bounced out there. So, fortune favouring Leeds on that occasion. And rather fortunate to be just 10 points to 4 down, because that was an excellent kick by David Noble. Certainly deserving possibly the 2 points that he didn't get, as Kevin Dick kicks off here. And the Leeds crowd absolutely stunned by this performance by Doncaster in this cup tie. This is what cup football's all about, of course. And Leeds will be only too well aware of this, as Alan Carr brings the ball forward for Doncaster once more, met by the tackle of Gratian and Maskell. And Leeds are going to have to step up the work rate and move this ball wider if they're going to retrieve this situation. A big kick once again by Noble, fielded by Wilkinson. It beats one tackle, and Wilkinson probably been the star Leeds performer in this first half. Player of the year, of course, 2 seasons ago, out with a bad injury last season, but certainly back to his best now. This is Curry. Tony Curry, who's scored a number of tries in recent games. Neil Haig brings on Terry Webb. And Terry Webb, the Australian from Redcliffe in Queensland, tackle that time. Plays the ball to Maskell. Maskell to Dick. To Gratian. Back to Dick. And he's doing what they have to do now, moving the ball at pace. Keith Rain to Gratian. Gratian ploughs forward there, looking for the inside man, and that's Terry Webb. But Gary Hill, former colleague of Gratian's at Bradford, made sure he couldn't release that pass, tackled him round his arms, and Haig puts the high kick up for Leeds. Fielded that time by Neil Turner. And Doncaster really will be pleased to get this ball and do the basics now. Just drive the ball clear from their own line, and probably David Noble will clear the ranks with a kick. Noble in fact brings on Parkhouse. Parkhouse running across the face of his goalpost. Plays the ball to Gibbon, and Gibbon from acting halfback just drives it in, takes it, gets the pass away to Noble. Noble, as suspected, kicks downfield, and that's an excellent kick by the former Wakefield and Hull centre. Now playing in the second row position, finding touch on the halfway line. Doncaster's performance absolutely heart-warming. They lead here by 10 points to 4, and Leeds certainly got problems in this Challenge Cup tie. Who would believe it after the way they put out league leaders Halifax in round 1 with that scintillating performance at Thrum Hall. And a penalty to Doncaster there. Leeds wheeled the pack, and so Mr. Fox wants the penalty to Doncaster. That's quite correct. David Noble will just kick for touch here and get Doncaster a foothold once again inside the Leeds half. Certainly plenty of atmosphere at Headingley this afternoon, and it's all been created by this performance by Doncaster, who certainly have risen to the occasion. As Peter Harrison tackled that time by Gratian. Ball comes to Parkhouse, and Parkhouse looking for support, just dies with possession on that occasion. Plays the ball to Gibbon. Morris working a switch move, gives it to Kevin Jones, and he slipped there, unfortunately for him. Support on the outside. Doncaster just keeping it tight. Leeds will be very wary of the way that they scored those last 2 tries, and must be aware of this high kick that's sure to come now from David Noble. He's going to test Ian Wilkinson, who's very safe on the high ball, but on that occasion he's dropped it. That is a rare occasion. Ian Wilkinson, on the fringe of Great Britain's selection just 2 seasons ago, normally one of the safest men under the high kick in rugby league, dropping possession there, and that just shows the pressure that Leeds are under now and the errors that are being forced by Doncaster. As Leeds thought they got a scrum heel there, but Mr. Fox says that the pack wasn't formed correctly. And Morris gets the heel, does he? No. Penalty to Leeds. I think that was on feet by Jeff Morris. And Kevin Dick brings on Jeff Gratian. Big Jeff Gratian looking to bring the ball clear for Leeds. Plays the ball to Maskell, and Maskell onto Kevin Rain. Kevin Rain, who's not quite produced any of the running form that's become his trademark this season. Maskell to Powell. Powell tackled that time by Hale. Leeds have got to keep moving this ball wide. Dick now to Keith Rain, inside to Maskell. Maskell met by Alan Carr, and certainly the young Leeds hooker stepping in for David Ward, having a hard time against the Doncaster hooker Mark Gibbon, as Haig goes down the right hand side, looking inside for Kevin Dick, gets the ball away to Maskell, and a good ankle tap that time by standoff Kevin Jones, halted Colin Maskell. Dick to Webb, who's looking for the touch finder downfield. Expert touch finder normally in the Brisbane competition, but that was a well fielded once again by John Green. And there goes the hooter for half time. Doncaster have the lead of 10 points to 4. A really massive upset in the offing perhaps, but 40 minutes is a long time to go, and Peter Fox will no doubt have something to tell the Leeds players at half time. Perhaps he'll tell them to keep calm, because there were signs in that final flurry of the half when Ian Wilkinson particularly dropped that high ball, that Leeds were beginning to get rattled. And the thing is that Leeds have got to play football in the second half if they are to retrieve this situation of 10 points to 4 in this Challenge Cup tie. So the stage is set now then for a memorable second half. Can Leeds retrieve this 10 points to 4 deficit against second division Doncaster? Two teams from the opposite ends of the rugby league world. Leeds 3rd in Division 1, Doncaster 13th in Division 2. And yet the form book being turned upside down in the first half. Doncaster holding this lead of 10 points to 4. Don't think Leeds have made any substitutions at half-time, but perhaps Peter Fox has made one or two suggestions to his team. Certainly Leeds will be looking for the opening score of this second half to relieve the pressure on them. Here come the Doncaster side, given a massive ovation by their mini army of fans this afternoon, and let's hope some of these people who have come and witnessed this performance from this gallant Doncaster side eventually go and watch them regularly at Tattersfield, because really, with this side that they've got together now through John Sheridan, and with the money that they should reap from this cup tie, should get receipts somewhere in the region of £8,000 or £9,000, that's their share. Perhaps they can strengthen the side further, and maybe even we might see Doncaster challenging for promotion next season. John Sheridan certainly is that good a coach. As Kevin Dick kicks off now, and Leeds have this 6-point deficit to erase. The ball fielded by John Green, tackled by Haig. Ball played quickly, but Terry Webb's quickly in also to make that tackle on the hooker Gibbon. Morris brings on prop forward Parkhouse, tackled by Maskell. Leeds' tackling will be keen, and there'll be more urgency about their play this half for sure, as Hale slings that loose pass out to Audley Pennant, and Pennant tackled by David Creaser. Plays it to Jones, it comes back to Noble, and Noble's kick is charged down by Roy Powell, but it's back into the arms of Noble, so Doncaster will have 6 more tackles here. Alan Carr now tackled by Maskell. Hale gets the pass away once more to Morris. And certainly they've got a very good scrum-based trio here of Doncaster, of Hale, Morris and Jones. All very capable players. As Pennant gives the ball to Gary Hale once more. Hale moving across the park, tackled once again by Maskell, who's really done a tremendous tackling stint in this game. That was a very short kick by Mark Gibbon, probably gained no more than a yard. So the first scrum of the second half. And it'll be Kevin Dick to feed. Dick, one of the survivors of the Wembley victories of 77 and 78, along with his half-back colleague Neil Haig. But the two Wembley veterans getting in a mix-up there and losing possession from that scrum heel by Maskell. And so Doncaster get an unexpected chance to mount another attack, because they lost that scrum heel. Roach for Doncaster, the centre. Tackled by Powell, but gets the pass away to Gibbon. This hooker really is a live wire. One of the match, as we've said before, against Salford, an ex-Wakefield Trinity player. Hale once again for Doncaster, met by the tackle of Powell and Gratian. Gibbon once more to Morris, brings on Peter Harrison, a big 16-stone former Leeds prop forward. Perhaps he'll begin to tire actually, Peter, in this second half, but Parkhouse, the prop forward with 12 tries, didn't do too badly there. He slung a very good pass out of the tackle. Unfortunately, wingman Neil Turner had moved in field. There was an excellent one-handed pass out of the tackle by the prop forward, and I think he looks a little dismayed about the fact that Turner had moved in field. The Leeds get this second scrum heel, and this time Kevin Dick keeps hold of possession. And Webb gives the ball to Wilkinson. And Wilkinson is tackled by a posse of 3 Doncaster defenders. The ball to Dick, and Dick brings on Roy Powell. Roy Powell turns and tries to slip a one-handed pass, but dies with possession. Gratian, inside pass to Kevin Rain. And Gratian, the man who normally puts Kevin Rain striding into those gaps. Neil Haig with a sidestep. That's a good run by the veteran. Gets the pass inside to Keith Rain. Very good sidestep from Neil Haig, the man for all seasons at Headingley, of course. Maskell puts up the high kick. This will test the Dons' defence. A few players have lost the ball in the sun. Mark Roach's first there just beats Terry Webb to the... not the touchdown. He actually fisted that ball dead, Mark Roach. But he did absolutely the right thing. Doncaster maintaining this 10 points to 4 lead. They'll have visions of hanging on and causing what really would be a giant killing act to surpass all giant killing acts. But Roy Powell fields this drop out of David Noble's about 40 yards out, takes play back to the Doncaster 25, and Maskell gives it to Gratian, and Gratian met by a high tackle from Parkhouse. Great Britain international, of course, this season. Gratian plays the ball to Maskell, and he brings on Keith Rain, and Keith Rain takes Leeds now to within about 10 yards of the Doncaster line. Terry Webb working a move with Kevin Dick, and Kevin Dick driving for the line there. Oh, and look at Kevin Jones jumping into helping that tackle. Dick plays the ball to Curry, and Curry lofts a pass, and it's a short pass from Gratian to kick Kevin Rain to Keith Rain, his brother, and Keith Rain's in for the try. Finally, Leeds have stretched Doncaster's defence just too far, and at last Leeds found the way to open them out, and Keith Rain, that's just his 3rd try of the season for Leeds, but what an opportune moment to get it, putting Leeds back within striking distance at 8 points to 10 now, with the conversion to come. Certainly something of a pressure kick here for David Creaser, because I'm sure Leeds would be delighted to get back on level terms against this side. Leeds side here with 7 test players in its ranks, including substitute David Heron, and just 3 with Wembley experience. Keith Rain having appeared there for Wakefield Trinity in 1979, of course. So it's Creaser with this conversion. Quite difficult one. He's round the corner, he's lofted it nicely, it's a beauty. That's put Leeds back on level terms at 10 points each now. Leeds 10, Doncaster 10, and the relief is almost audible to the Leeds fans. A massive sigh of relief, because Doncaster have held that lead for some time. But here we are now, 10 minutes into the second half, and Leeds back on level terms, 10 points all, as David Noble kicks off for the Dons. Webb fields it, brings on Andrew Smith, and the ex-Halifax Rugby Union wingman comes veering in field. Tackled by Audley Pennant. Maskell now for Leeds, gives the ball to Gratian, and Gratian's really running with all his old power now. Losing possession in that tackle of Alan Carr's though. Carr, a man who's done an almighty tackling stint for Doncaster. Morris with the feed. Mr. Fox wants this scrum correctly formed. Morris feeds once again, works a move here with Jones, and Jones brings on Roach. It was a very enterprising move by the Dons. 2 ex-Castleford men in the middle of that move, as Noble, I think it is, drives forward, tackled by Terry Webb. And Morris working a move with Hale. Great tackle that time by Powell. Hit him low, right in the midriff, and that's the way to halt an attacker. Certainly Jeff Morris will know he was hit by that tackle of Roy Powell's. Noble turning and getting the pass to Jones. Jones sidestepping into that tackle of Terry Webb's. Gibbon back to Noble, and Noble's going to hoist the high kick once again. Wilkinson dropped the last one, but he's took that one very well indeed. That was one of the reasons why he almost made it into the Great Britain team 2 years ago, Ian Wilkinson. Safe as houses under the high bomb. Dick for Leeds, gives it to Gratian, and Gratian, he's really in rampaging form in the opening minutes of this second half. The Wembley dream still burns brightly for Jeff Gratian, as Leeds now back on level terms, 10-10, and Haig tries to get the pass away to Wilkinson. He does so, and Wilkinson's into his stride here, looking for the support of Carl Gibson. Inside pass to Gibson, and Gibson is met tremendously by the tackle of Alan Hutchinson, but that was good football once more from Leeds. Ian Wilkinson coming into the line. His pace and his power causing the Dons problems. But there's been an intervention by the touch judge for an offence at the play of the ball on Kevin Jones. It could well be a penalty for Doncaster here. Mr. Fox is calling Kevin Dick across. Must have been involved in that incident with Kevin Jones. Kevin Jones left rubbing his head, and Doncaster given the penalty. Apparently kicking in the tackle, and David Noble scorning the chance to give Doncaster the lead. Not kicking for goal here, he's actually place kicking into touch. Well, I thought David Noble might have chanced his arm and gone for the 2 points, which would have given Doncaster the lead once more, but obviously fancying their chances of a third try. And the old move, the big prop forwards in first, Peter Harrison. Morris to Parker, short pass to Carr. Good football, good control football by Doncaster, but they lost possession there as Kevin Jones tried to move on to that short pass of Alan Carr's, but the pass going astray. Well, Doncaster really victims of their own enterprise on that move. Probably would have been better just taking that ball in and using the 6 tackles inside the Leeds 25. And there's going to be a substitution, I think, here for Doncaster in the shape of Kevin Robinson. He's going to replace hooker Mark Gibbon. So Leeds have the scrum healed. Could have been a costly move taking the hooker off, actually, unless he's injured, because he's had an outstanding game for Doncaster, but there aren't too many players on that field who haven't had an outstanding game for the Dons. As Gratian picks the ball up now for Leeds. Plays the ball to Dick, and Dick finds support in the shape of Kevin Rain. Still 10 each. Powell now for Leeds, coming forward. Leeds, of course, not with such a great recent home record in cup football. Of course, they lost here in the Challenge Cup last season to Widnes, having trounced Bridgend 68 points to 6 in a preliminary round. Doncaster have possession here now through wingman Neil Turner. Parkhouse now for the Dons. Leeds, of course, also lost here in the Challenge Cup to Saints in '83. Their last actual victory in Challenge Cup football was against Peter Fox's Bradford in 1978, when Leeds went on to lift the trophy at Wembley. So perhaps there could be an omen in that. Hale gets a pass away from that melee of players, and Parkhouse now puts the high kick up. Going to be fielded by Wilkinson on the first bounce. Thinks about passing to Gibson, but eventually falls to that very keen tackle of Alan Hutchinson. Second longest serving player at Doncaster. Gibson, the new boy for Leeds, 4 tries in 4 appearances since joining Batley, and of course 14 for Batley before he arrived at Headingley. David Creaser having problems taking that pass from Neil Haig. Plays the ball to Andrew Smith, and Andrew Smith doing the sensible thing and keeping away from the touchline. Maskell back to Dick, and Dick with the touch finding kick. Is it going to go all the way? I don't think it will. In fact, John Green retrieves the situation for the Dons, and a tremendous handoff by Terry Webb, and Webb in fact beating the ground in frustration at missing that tackle on the ex-Bradford Northern full-back. Jones now for Doncaster, slips the pass away, and Neil Haig certainly found the substitute Kevin Robbins in the handful to stop. Alan Carr once again for Doncaster, been one of the stars of this packed performance. Morris now to Noble, out to Hale, and Hale finds Jones. This is similar to the move which brought the first half try. Jones well round Ian Wilkinson, and it took a tremendous tackle by Creaser there to halt the standoff. It was excellent football by Doncaster, and Pennant gets the ball away to Turner. Tremendous break by Kevin Jones. And how relieved Leeds were that Creaser got back, because he certainly looked to score as Noble tries for the drop kick. Sliced it just wide, and Curry there almost taking too much time at retrieving that ball, but brings it clear now and gets Gibson away. This has got the crowd in raptures as it goes up the touchline side. Carl Gibson plays the ball now to Neil Haig. Haig to Wilkinson. Still a bit hard on this touchline side where the sun rarely gets to the turf, and Gibson will have felt that tackle as Creaser stumbles as he takes that long pass from Neil Haig, met by the tackle of Jeff Morris. Gratian hands off one man, looks for support, gets it there in Roy Powell, and Roy Powell with a good pass to Kevin Rain, inside to Curry, but it was shoulder height and just couldn't hold that ball there, the Queensland centre. And Doncaster gratefully picked that ball up through Mark Roach. Still 10-10 in this gripping Challenge Cup second round tie. Peter Harrison back on his old stamping ground at Headingley. Substitute Robinson gains a quick 5 yards, plays the ball to Hale. Hale looking for support, finds Noble. Noble with the dummy, comes back inside. Rather surprising that David Noble tried a drop kick when he scored the chance to go for the penalty, and Kevin Jones trying the short kick, tackling Neil Haig, who gets the pass away to Wilkinson. Still no quarter asked or given in this cup tie as Doncaster tackle almost everything that moves. Quite unbelievable performance by the second division side as Powell drives the ball clear for Leeds, plays it to Dick. Dick looking for the gap, finding support there in Jeff Gratian. Gratian turns, trying to unload, couldn't quite manage it there as the tackle of Alan Hutchinson put him to ground. Maskell to Webb, to Keith Rain. Keith Rain to Haig, almost a mix-up by Leeds. Haig running round almost in a circle, gets a one-handed pass away to Curry. Curry coming up the south stand side. Couldn't get the pass away to Carl Gibson, unfortunately, but it's a good kick here by Terry Webb. That's going to find touch about 5 yards from the Doncaster line. Will certainly rock Doncaster a little bit. Forwards won't be too pleased about having to trudge all the way back here to face this scrum. And in fact, Leeds are going to make a couple of substitutions here. Going to inject some pace, no doubt, into their lineup as they bring on Cliff Lyons and David Heron in place of Kevin Dick and Keith Rain. Cliff Lyons, 13 tries, the leading Leeds try scorer this season. 13 tries in 21 appearances. And David Heron, of course, the club captain. but Doncaster in fact get the scrum heel, denying Leeds the possession which they really could have required inside the Doncaster 25. Just appears in fact that Doncaster's tempo has dropped a little, not surprisingly. Parkhouse, met by Kevin Rain, trying to get a pass out of a tackle. The tackle assisted there by Cliff Lyons. And Noble, surprisingly, trying to chip kick inside his own 25 there. It was charged down and it's picked up by Jeff Grayson. And Leeds get the chance now to launch this attack inside the Doncaster quarter. Losing possession, in fact, Leeds, and not calming things down as they should have done. Neil Haig losing that ball. In fact, it was noticeable there that Audley Pennant, the Doncaster centre, trying to G his players up to keep giving this all-hearted effort. But there must be some weary limbs out there. Loose arm in the scrum by Colin Maskell, and a tap penalty quickly taken by Jeff Morris, and offside against Cliff Lyons. Well, he kidded Leeds there, did Jeff Morris. Took a quick tap penalty, and Mr. Fox penalising Leeds for offside. Still 10 each in this cup tie, and the Doncaster fans having a day to remember. David Noble with the kick for touch. And he finds touch, in fact, some 5 yards short of the halfway line. Harrison, the prop forward, plays the ball. Comes to Parkhouse, the other prop forward. Certainly these two done a tremendous job in pounding at the Leeds defence. These work moves by Doncaster are being well read now by the Leeds defence, though. The tackling is hard and fierce. But the scoreline remains 10-10, and Doncaster still in possession through Kevin Jones. And he's the danger man, and Cliff Lyons knows it, and he makes sure that he doesn't get very far. Hale turns, gives it to Noble. Noble with a kick. It's charged down by Powell. It's bounced fortuitously for the second row forward. Turns and finds Lyons. Lyons finds Creaser in support. This could be the try that breaks Doncaster finally. And Creaser gets his 4th Challenge Cup try of the season. And that could be the crucial score of the afternoon. 14 points to 10 now to Leeds with a conversion to come. David Creaser's 7th try of the season. And that was a tremendous piece of luck for Leeds. The ball bounced off Roy Powell's shin there from that kick by David Noble. Stood up nicely for him there. And there was Cliff Lyons as ever in support. And he had the good sense to use the outside man, David Creaser, and sent him unopposed to the post. So Leeds 14-10 in the lead, with David Creaser given the opportunity to kick his 2nd goal of the afternoon. Well, could this be the end of the fairy tale for Doncaster? Creaser then, 43 goals this season, 204 in his entire career for Leeds. And there is his 44th of the season. And Leeds now extend their lead to 16 points to 10. That could just have sapped some of the Doncaster confidence, as Peter Harrison now is substituted by John Pickett. It's taken Leeds a long time to regain the lead, which they took as early as the 11th minute, but regain it they have finally. And Jeff Grayson now with possession for Leeds. They'll try and steady things down, I think, now before they open things out once more. Must try and stretch the Dons' defence as the 2nd Division team surely tires. Grayson to Webb. In his third season at Headingley, of course, joined the club from Redcliffe in 1983. Gratian to Powell. Powell, it takes 3 defenders to halt the big second row forward who created that try just a couple of minutes ago. Haig now to Lyons. Lyons declining to pass, eventually finds Haig. Haig with a sidestep. Comes away from the touchline side. Andrew Smith to Lyons, and Lyons kick charge down by Pennant. There's a scramble for the ball. It's picked up by Lyons, and Mr. Fox says play on. And Leeds get the chance now to open out once more as Heron gets the pass away to Kevin Rain. Inside pass here to Powell. Powell comes towards the left wing, looking for Carl Gibson. Tackled by wingman Alan Hutchinson. Gibson for Leeds. Short pass by Haig, brings on Gratian. Gratian to Haig, but Lyons has lost it. Took his eye, I think, off that ball by Neil Haig. And a knock-on given by Mr. Fox. Well, Doncaster really have played gallantly, but can they find any resources left to erase this 16-10 deficit now? Jeff Morris has the feed at this scrum. Penalty to Leeds for loose arm at the scrum. And looks as though Leeds are going to take the tap penalty. In fact, David Crease is going to kick for touch, and he's got the confidence to do it out of his hands this time. And he finds touch to give Leeds the tap penalty here inside the Doncaster 25. Maskell to Webb. Short ball to Jeff Gratian, and Leeds will set up their attack from here, no doubt. Maskell, short ball to Webb, bringing on Cliff Lyons, and Cliff Lyons turns, finds support in Roy Powell. And this is the acid test for Doncaster now, trailing 16-10. Leeds looking for the score, which would surely seal the fate of the second division outfit. Gratian still going forward. Actually injured in that tackle there, big Jeff Gratian. Kevin Parkhouse came in, and Jeff Gratian, 37 years of age in March, looking for that elusive first Wembley appearance. And of course a key figure still in the Great Britain side. Could well be in the test team which faces France at Central Park next Saturday. That's if he's not too badly injured at the moment. Well, is the crisis past for Leeds? Have Leeds finally overcome Doncaster's challenge? Certainly doesn't look awfully well, Jeff Gratian. Helped to his feet there by Gary Hale, who used to be in the same Bradford Northern team as Jeff. Mr. Fox stops the claw, allows play to continue, and David Heron finds support in Lyons, and that's the try. Leeds his 4th try of the afternoon. Expertly worked move there by David Heron, bringing Cliff Lyons onto the ball, and that's 20 points to 10. And Doncaster now appear to have shot their bolt. But Jeff Gratian looks like he may play no further part in this tie. Certainly Leeds caught Doncaster cold from that long spell when Jeff was injured. So that's Cliff Lyons' 14th try of the season. And David Creaser with the conversion attempt. Around the corner, straight between the posts, 22 points to 10. And Leeds, it appears now, ready to book their place in the quarter-finals. Got one of the best Challenge Cup records of all. Of course, they've won the Challenge Cup more times than any other team, and looking for their 25th post-war quarter-final appearance. It now appears to be a formality, although Doncaster, it has to be said, have played their part in a very enjoyable afternoon's rugby league. Heron to Maskell to Haig, and Terry Webb took his eye off that ball and loses possession, fielded by David Noble. There's certainly a weary look about Doncaster's side at the moment, however. It's to be hoped that they don't collapse too alarmingly, because certainly a hefty scoreline would not do them justice. As Hale gets the pass away to Jones, a good lofted pass to Pennant. A little bit of danger there, but Creaser swooped and made the good tackle on Pennant. Hale now to substitute Pickett. Good break there, half break, gets the pass to Hale. Support from Roach, but Curry holds firm. Tremendous defender, Tony Curry, as well as one of the most incisive attacking centres in rugby league. Hale gets the pass away to Noble, but David Heron's there to halt him, and that'll be the turnover. 6th tackle, I think that's the first turnover of the afternoon. Maskell to Haig, and Haig looking for support, but dumped unceremoniously there by Kevin Robinson in that tackle, as Kevin Rain comes onto the ball for Leeds. Maskell from acting half-back. Curry gets Cliff Lyons into a gap, and Lyons finds support in David Heron. Heron looking for support right and left. Halted eventually by the tackle of John Green, but Cliff Lyons and David Heron, the two substitutes, beginning to make their presence felt on this field as Curry gets into his stride. Support there in Terry Webb. And a long pass finds Kevin Rain. Supporting Neil Haig. Outside him is David Creaser. This could be the 5th Leeds try, is it? It is. David Creaser's 2nd of the afternoon. And Leeds surely coasting now. 26 points to 10. David Creaser's 2nd try of the afternoon. And the Doncaster challenge beginning to evaporate. And Leeds finally bringing Jeff Gratian off and replacing him with Keith Rain. And certainly Gratian played his part in this victory, which takes him a step closer to that Wembley dream of his. 26 points to 10 then, and Creaser has contributed 12 points, 2 tries and 2 goals. Two tries and 3 goals, sorry. If he kicks this, it'll be 28 points to 10. Round the corner as ever, and straight as a die. 28 points to 10. David Creaser, 2 tries and 4 goals. Further big contribution. He certainly relishes cup football, David Creaser. Of course, he scored a number of points in the defeat of Bridgend last season. The Man of the Match award, the Silk Cup Man of the Match award announced. And it's gone to Kevin Jones of Doncaster, and that will be a very popular choice indeed. Kevin Jones, the scorer of that opening try for Doncaster. Certainly Kevin Jones has enhanced his reputation this afternoon as Leeds now 28 points to 10 in the lead. Bring the ball clear, but Heron played the ball, there was no marker there, and almost losing possession. Lyons eventually picking the ball up, but there's a penalty being given against Jeff Morris here. He's said something to Mr. Fox, and that's going to be a penalty for dissent. So Leeds with this penalty through David Creaser, finding touch on the south stand side. Lions with the tap penalty. Bringing on Kevin Rain, and this is the move. Tremendous move which always seems to send Kevin Rain striding into gaps. Maskell now to his brother Keith. Keith coming up the short side. Met by Kevin Parkhouse. Lions to Heron. Heron drives into the tackles of Gary Hale and David Noble. Cliff Lyons once again for Leeds, turning inside to Tony Kelly. This could be another score for Leeds, is it? Powell in support, just collared there from behind by Mark Roach. But the jet-heeled Tony Curry almost created the 6th Leeds try there, but tremendous tackle from behind by Mark Roach, stopped Roy Powell. Doncaster bringing the ball away now. Through their substitutes, John Pickett and Kevin Robinson. David Noble spent most of his career in the centre. Now used in the second row position. As Kevin Jones kicks downfield, it's a high one, fielded by Lyons, who brings on Ian Wilkinson. And Wilkinson halted by Kevin Jones. Lyons once again for Leeds. Been in the thick of things since he appeared as a substitute. And Heron gets the pass away to Kevin Rain. He finds Lyons, who was leaping over the fallen defenders. And Doncaster, are they going to be held over the line here? I think it could be the fact that they've just managed to get over the line. Kevin Jones. No, it isn't Kevin Jones, it's Gary Hale. Leeds got Doncaster almost penned on their own line here. Offside, is it, against Leeds? Yep, offside. David Noble about to take the kick for touch. Noble finds touch then, just outside the 25, as confirmation comes through yet again of the Man of the Match award to Kevin Jones, the standoff for Doncaster. An excellent choice. David Noble now. And Doncaster really have, it appears, run out of steam in these last 20 minutes, but what a gallant effort it's been as Parkhouse gets possession once more. Well on the way to that Doncaster try-scoring record now. He's got 12, 18 set by John Buckton in 1981-82, the record to aim for. Those two quick tries by Leeds appear to have killed off the game as a contest, and Leeds 28 points to 10, safely through, it appears, to the third round of the Challenge Cup. Leeds get the scrum heel. Lions bringing on Curry, but Curry losing possession in fact, and then Ian Wilkinson met by a high tackle by Alan Carr. Knock on given. And Doncaster win the scrum heel. It's Graham Morris. Jeff Morris tackled by Cliff Lyons. Quickly taps the ball to himself. Noble to Hale, back to Noble. Doncaster still endeavouring with this enterprising football. Certainly many new friends this afternoon with this performance, and hopefully their crowds should increase in the forthcoming weeks. Noble certainly looking the tired side now, Doncaster though. And Jones puts up the high kick once more, met by that tackle by Powell as he hoisted the kick, but Wilkinson there safe under that high kick. Leeds opening the ball once more. Lyons through Kevin Rain. Support here on the inside. Andrew Smith was there, but he couldn't get the pass away, and Curry has it now from acting half-back. Lyons with a short dummy and then a lovely pass to David Heron. Turned inside, but the ball's gone back to Kevin Parkhouse. What a superb little dummy that was by Cliff Lyons to put Heron away. Mr. Fox penalising Leeds once more for offside. And David Noble should find touch here. So can Doncaster get a consolation try? It would be fitting for them, because the scoreline certainly does them no justice at the moment, 28 points to 10. But the reward, as we've said earlier, would come from the rewards from this bumper gate of 7,200, way in excess of what they would have had at Tattersfield, where a limit of 4,000 was set on the attendance. And Kevin Parkhouse trying for his second try, losing possession. Ian Wilkinson for Leeds in the dying seconds of a cup tie, which will certainly go down in the memory as one of Doncaster's brave performances. Wilkinson gets the pass away, a long pass to Tony Curry. Curry shrugging off the tackle of Mark Roach, trying to get the pass away. Kevin Rain turns and throws the ball back to an unaware Neil Haig. And the ball is dropped, and there's going to be another scrum down. Alan Carro's moved into the hooking role for Doncaster, having a few problems getting down in this scrum. But he gets possession, and Morris works a move with Jones, who brings in Gary Hale. But there's the final hooter. In fact, Leeds have clinched their victory in this second round tie, 28 points to 10. Tries from Smith, Keith Rain, Creaser 2 and Lyons. 4 goals by David Creaser against two tries for Doncaster, 1 to Parkhouse, 1 to Jones, and a goal by David Noble. That leads us safely through after an almighty fright in the first half, when Doncaster led by 10 points to 4. 7,200 crowd, and Doncaster will go away richer, not only for their cash reward, but richer for that very, very enterprising performance. But at the end of the day, victory in cup football is all that matters, and leads into the last 8.